Hey everyone, Michael here from Replica Airguns with a tabletop video review. Today we are looking at an airsoft pistol. This pistol is from Umarex. It's a Blowback CO2 6mm airsoft pistol. It is called the Umarex Smith Wesson M&P 9L, and it's part of the Elite Force lineup. This gun is available in our Canada Replica Airgun store over at replicaairguns.ca. I didn't see it in our US store as of now, but it could be placed in there at any time. So if you're checking this video out at some point in time, it may be in the store, the US store, it may be in the Canada store, depends on stock and availability, of course. Now, I haven't done my field test shooting video yet. I usually do my tabletop videos first. So I don't have any performance feedback to give you just yet. Make sure to watch later on for the follow-up field test shooting video that I will make for this pistol. Let's get right into the specifications for this gun. It is a replica of the Smith Wesson M&P 9L. I'm assuming L stands for the longer version. It is distributed by Umarex and made in Taiwan out of the KWC factory. It does come in this cardboard box, which you can see down here. We'll take a look at that in a second. And it comes with an Allen key and extra back strap grips. So there's a total of 3 grips for large, medium, and small hands. It is a semi-auto pistol that shoots with full blowback action. So it's that full slide cycling back and forth. The slide does lock back after each shot. It is a metal and polymer build like the real steel version. And you're going to see when I show you around, it has a vented slide, which lightens the slide up a little bit, which should quicken the slide cycling rate. And it does come with a full-size dropout metal magazine that holds the one 12-gram CO2 cartridge. And I'm going to say 15 to 16 6mm plastic airsoft BBs. That's what I got in it. This gun weighs in at 1.7 pounds or 757 grams. Has a smooth bore, 4.75 inch barrel, which is 121 millimeters in length. The total length of this gun is 8.5 inches, which is 215 millimeters. Now it does have a single action only trigger, so you're gonna have to cycle that slide before you take your first shot, but then the blowback action will do that for you. Now on the box, it has a claimed FPS of 410. I'm not sure if that's with lighter airsoft BBs. I have seen slower velocities suggested on other sites. I'm assuming that's with heavier gram airsoft BBs like 0.20 gram BBs. And I think we're looking at somewhere in the mid 300s, probably 360 to 380 with those heavier BBs. It is Smith & Wesson licensed through Umarex, and it can be fully field stripped and taken down, which allows you to get at the adjustable hop up inside. You're going to find a working trigger safety, but no actual manual safety on the gun, similar to the real steel version. And it has fixed high-rise white dot sights front and back, which help you to see over any suppressors that you may put on this gun, since it does have that threaded barrel for a suppressor. And it does have a Picatinny rail for adding accessories on the underside of the frame. And as I mentioned, it does have that threaded tip for adding suppressor, but it is orange in coloration. If you want to change that, you could, I assume, paint it black, or perhaps try and get that orange paint off some other way. I'm going to show you the box real quick since we're here. So here's the box. You can see you got that large, medium, small grips that are included inside. I'll open it in a second and show you them. You do have some information on here. CO2, 12 gram, velocity 410. Doesn't really say what BBs, oh, it does say 0.20 gram. So 0.20 gram, we'll see if we get 410 out of it. Metal slide, full blowback action, 14 rounds. I was able to get 16, but fairly tight fit. Probably go with 15 so you don't have any issues when you rack the first BB into the gun. And 6mm airsoft. Not too much going on the back here. Just shows you the back straps. I'll show you those back straps real quickly. So you have different sizes. One's probably a small, one's a large, and I'm assuming the medium is on it. You do have your Allen key for tightening the CO2. And then, of course, you have your manual, right, with information important to the operation of this gun. Okay. All the information you need to use it, get to the hop up and stuff like that. Clean it out. All that great stuff. All right, I have a couple other M&Ps here. I just want to show you quickly. We'll just get them on the table somehow here. Get them all on there. All right, these two are BB Blowback Airsoft Pistols, and again, distributed through Umarex. We have the M&P 40, which would be the 40 cal version. standard M&P 40. This is a nice full blowback gun with the full blowback operation, full size blowback magazine, right? And then we have a semi-blowback BB version, so it doesn't go back quite as far. Has a little bit different magazine, different operation. I've talked about how these are different in other videos. You're going to get a little more shots per CO2, maybe higher velocity out of this one slightly. Less shots per CO2, a little slower velocity, but more full blowback, more kick, more recoil, more realism out of the full blowback than the partial blowback, just so you know. So let's do a quick walk around. I'll show you around this gun. It is quite nice. It feels really great in the hands. Other than this etched writing, it would be nice if it was like more in the gun. Like for instance, here's the M&P 40. You can see it's right in the frame. I like that better. I don't like the etched graphics as much, but it is what it is. So that's etched on there as well. You do have a working slide catch release that is actually ambidextrous. It's on both sides. Picatinny rail on the bottom here. So polymer frame. There's that orange tip. It looks like it's just painted metal. That's my guess. So maybe you could get that off somehow. Looks like this front sight, which is a white dot, and it's the elevated one for seeing up and over a suppressor, comes off fairly easy. I'm assuming with an Allen key. There's your vented barrel or vented slide, so you can see right through to the barrel, right? You have a silver barrel, more licensing, white dot, elevated sight on the back, not adjustable. Magazine release, working pistols, working trigger safety there. So your takedown lever, right? I do have some rounds in here, and I think I probably put a couple in the barrel at this point. We're gonna have a jam up going on, so I'll have to get those out before I shoot it. I forgot I had some BBs in here. We'll keep that out so I don't keep adding BBs to the barrel, because every time I cycle the slide, it's actually putting another BB in the chamber, so I probably have multiple BBs in there right now. My bad. Okay, you can see right down up through the mag well. Let's look at the other side here. Okay, so a little bit of writing there. Licensed, trademark, Smith Wesson, serial number. Not sure what this would be here, but it's actually right into the slide. Okay, you do have some warning instructions underneath, very discreet on the trigger guard. I like that. It's way better than on the side of the slide like that. That doesn't look so good, does it, right? I don't like that at all. So that's definitely an improvement. Okay. So at this point, we're going to go over some pros and cons. It's a very accurate replica of the real Smith & Wesson M&P 9L. And it's fairly accurate weight and feel to it. It does feel like the real thing when you're holding it, unless you get in there tight and look really close. I don't think you'd really know the difference. It has metal and plastic parts where you'll find them on the real steel version, and the fit and finish is quite good. You can find that working trigger safety and ambidextrous working slide catch release. You'll also find that full-size dropout metal magazine that holds the airsoft BBs and the CO2. And again, I mentioned the warning instructions. They're discreet, they're under the trigger guard, and they're not like super bright and white, so you can barely actually see them. Someone with my old eyes is going to need some sort of magnifying glass to see them, but it's there if you want to read it. You've also got the recessed barrel and hidden CO2 screw for more realism. And again, because this is an Umarex product and they have the Smith & Wesson license, they have the licensing fully on this gun all over it. You're going to find a rail for adding accessories like a red dot, laser, tack light, whatever you want to put on there. And you've got nice elevated white dot sights for easy target acquisition. It also comes with 3 sizes of interchangeable grips, small, medium, and large for different sized hands. And even though there's no actual sight adjustment, you will be able to adjust elevation by using that hop-up adjustment. So if it's shooting a bit low, you could crank the hop-up up and bring those BBs up a little bit. So that might help you out if the gun shoots low or high at whatever range you're shooting at. And it does come in a box rather than a clamshell, which is nice. All right, a few cons. It has an orange tip, but could be painted black. But that orange tip is also used to put a suppressor on there, so there is a purpose for it. I wouldn't want to remove it necessarily. The sights typically with a gun like this are non-adjustable, but again, you can adjust elevation using the hop-up, so at least you have that. And it does have a basically 15-round magazine, which has less capacity than some other blowback airsoft pistols on the market, which can shoot as many as 20 to 24 rounds typically if it's a normal size magazine. And last but not least, this gun is available in our Canada Replica Airgun store at the time of this video. So check it out. If you're interested in buying it, make sure to go to replicaairguns.ca. I will put a link in the description. Not sure about the US store at this point, but typically we do sell similar or the same Umarex products over there. Just a matter of availability typically, or listing them. Have we listed them yet? This is a fairly new product, so it's not listed there yet. It may be in the future. If you're interested in other products, air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories, you can check out both our Canada and US online Replica Airgun stores over at replicaairguns.ca for Canada and replicaairguns.us for the US. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe before you head out. Also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.